Amigas, amigos,
What do you know about Mexican politics?
I know that there's a guy that his name is López Obrador and he's in Morena. And the president is Enrique Peña Nieto.
Okay, did you know that Margarita Zavala stepped out of PAN and the PAN and the PRD formed a Frente Ciudadano, and one of their main proposals, ironically, is a universal basic income? And do you know what's that?
No.
Okay, for more analysis, listen to the next edition of With Love to Mexico, the podcast. It is coming back for season 2, and it is its first season in this new technology that will allow us to communicate better in Tarbut, Radio Tarbut. So listen to the podcast and you'll know, and plus you'll get all the analysis, huh?
Okay.
Well, I, as the host of With Love to Mexico, the podcast, I believe that it's very, very important to have this project in this day, time, and space, because I believe that we as a higher socioeconomic class in Mexico have really disconnected to the problems that really affect our country. We say, okay, the situation is bad, there is a lot of corruption, there is a lot of inequality, and the economy is not going well, and we know that. But we don't know that there are deeper problems affecting our country, from sociological to social. For example, last year we reported on a podcast that Lydia Cacha, the journalist, we took a note from her and we passed it through so people could hear it, found 2 concentration camps on the north of Mexico, or there was that other time where we talked about the common pits. 10,000 people, including kids and women, were found in common pits in Veracruz, and nobody was really talking about that because nobody is really surprised at the level of violence in this country, sadly. And this is what I want to do with the podcast, sensibilize the people to this kind of problems and have people motivated so we can form a campaign all together to stop this, to fix this, or to make this known to other places in society, and to analyze why is this happening, and to let people know this is going right, this is going wrong, and be critical, because you cannot love something or someone or a country if you aren't critic of what's happening in one of its policies. If you criticize it, it means that you care. So I believe that in this electoral year, we should care about Mexico, and it is important to have these type of projects and these type of podcasts. And another thing that's probably interesting about the podcast this year is that we're going to have a creation of a Radio Tarbut that is going to be a platform, a web platform, an online platform, so you can stream live 24/7 what's happening on Radio Tarbut, and we'll have different projects of different kids. For example, they're going to be for the personal project of the kids on the 6th year of primary. They're going to be able to come to Radio Tarbut and to publish their work, their podcast, or whatever they want to talk about, whatever anybody wants to share. Students, teachers, parents. Radio Tarbut is going to be a platform that's going to be available to them, and it's going to be an interesting, great platform.
Hi. Do you find important the creation of a radio Tarbut, and why?
Yes, because this technology allows us to communicate us better.
This will probably change the way Tarbut can communicate things, not just for right now, but for the future, you know. Maybe sometimes we want to make a dialogue with the parents, or we want to report how a meeting was or something like that, and the directors, the teachers are going to be able to do this via Radio Tarbut, you know, to have this kind of information for all the people that want it, you know, in the Tarbut community. So at the end of the world, it's not just a political critical program, but it is also a program that will benefit this institution for the years to come.
Would you be interested in forming part of the Radio Tarbut teams and hosting a podcast in the future?
Yes,
About what this podcast could be?
about Sherlock.
Sherlock the series?
Yes,
The BBC series?
yes.
Okay, that's great. We'll find you a space sometime.
And Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay. So you're a big Benedict Cumberbatch fan, huh?
Yes.
The project is going to be divided into 3 different phases. The first phase is going to be the recording of the podcast, making it available to the people, and the second phase is going to be the creation of Radio Tarbut, and the third phase, the final and most important phase, is going to be this call for students, teachers, parents, everybody in the Tarbut community to solve this kind of problematics. It is going to be really, really great. ILEAD is all about, like the name says, like its name says, about leading projects and leading opinion and leading action, and that is precisely what my podcast this year is going to do and is going to try to do. So thank you very much for caring. Thank you very much for listening and for understanding the importance of this program and this project.